Hey, how's it going? Steve here, and this video is all about a walkthrough of the Adventure Visuals video marketing strategy document that we produced for our clients. So if you choose to work with us, depending on how you choose to work with us, one of the first things we'll do is a super in-depth video strategy session with you, where we'll go through this document in relation to your business, and it will really give you some amazing clarity around what video content you need to be concentrating on, but also it will give you clarity in other areas of your business. It might help clarify your sales process. It might help you understand where you're going wrong in your approach to marketing and sales. So it can be a really powerful process to go through, and like I say, not just for video content, but on the wider business spectrum. So super valuable. But I think it's really important to understand how we approach it, what's inside, what you get when you go through a video workshop with us. So without further ado, let's jump in and look at a document we've made in the past for a past client. So this is the most important part. Now, this is part one of a series of videos, and I just want to go through this one page with you because this is the most important page, and it's the most important thing to get your head around when it comes to this making video work for your business properly, and not just making video for the sake of it. So what people normally do when they don't take a strategic approach is just jump straight in at the production phase here, and without really thinking too much about it. It's a case of, hey, I need a video's great, let's make some videos, and you might put it on social media, then you put it on your website as well as all other places, and you're not considering all the other stuff that we've got here. So it's really important to go through this sort of mix here in the right way to get the best out of your video content. So you can see production is the last thing on this list. So we're actually going to come all the way back round to audience. It's the first one. So you've got 6 more things to consider before you go anywhere near a camera. Audience is great because you need to really get an understanding of who your audience are, their demographics, where they are, where they live, what they're like, how old they are, what their salaries are, and stuff like that. But also you're looking at psychographics, what makes them tick, what makes them realize that they need to go on this amazing adventure that they're going to go on, or do they have a family? What are the things that really kind of will make them consider your experience that you sell, or if you're a charity, what is it that will make the people you're trying to get to make use of your charity and what you offer? What is it that's going to make them go, yeah, let's go there? So it's really, really a massive stage, and it's quite enlightening as well going through that. Once you've got your audience sorted, you can look at some goals, high-level goals around your business, what you want to achieve. Do you want to have 500 more people coming through your business and having an opportunity they wouldn't have done in the past? You might have a turnover goal, or it might be less finance driven. It might be more, we want to help 200 more people get out sailing for in the next 12 months or something like that. So getting really clear on that, what you want to achieve, but also the goals go a little bit deeper than that in terms of individual goals for each video. What do you want a particular video you create to achieve, and it's really important you kind of get an idea of what that is, because you need to be able to judge whether the content you're creating is actually making a difference in your business. So that's goals. This is a really quick rundown, by the way. Moving on to content. So this is where we actually look at the customer journey and identify at each stage of the customer journey what kind of content is going to make them resonate with your business and help them through to the next step of that journey. So you have the awareness content, which is very emotional driven, lots of storytelling, and then you get right through to conversion, where you think about the more rational side of things, answering questions, making sure people know that they're going to be safe when they come and have an experience with you, etc. Next step is distribution. So before we go anywhere near a camera and start filming, we need to know exactly how we are going to distribute this content, because every platform has slightly different needs and desires. So if we're going to do an Instagram story, for example, we're going to need to make sure that we're going to be able to use a portrait version of whatever we shoot. Just a quick example, if it's on your website, it's going to be a nice landscape video. and it will determine the length of the content as well, and things like that. So really important there. Moving on to optimization. Once we've decided where we're going to put our video content, our different videos, we can then figure out how we're going to actually optimize each video for the platform they're on. So for example, social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, things like that. It's really important to have burnt in subtitles to your videos for people who are watching your video without any sound on. And then finally, before we get anywhere near a camera, we're looking at the metrics. So that relates directly back to your business goals. And we're looking at how we can actually judge whether or not a campaign was a video or a campaign was a success. This could be anything from social media clicks through to your website. So you might have a video that's sat on social media, maybe Facebook advertising, and we're looking at how many people click through to your website. It could be views, it could be all manner of things, but it's really important to discuss that and have a really good idea of what your metrics are going to be. So that's a really quick rundown of the video marketing mix, and that basically everything in that is informed, in the document is informed in the next few pages by all of this. So that's part one. Thanks for sticking with me the whole time, and let's move on to part two very soon. Cheers.